Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the Minecraft realm with my friends. It's been a little bit since I uploaded a realm video, and so I apologize about that, but um, I've been busy, not working on anything in particular. Like, I've kind of been doing a bunch of mismatched jobs together. For example, I've been spending most of my time, way too much time, on this stinking gold farm. Since the last episode that you guys saw, when I finished building the thing, I've been constantly editing and editing and editing it, and having to make tiny little changes. Probably, well, the biggest thing was that the first time I AFK'd at it, the gold was literally overflowing in the machine, and so that was not good. And I had to remove half the spawning platforms. I built 10 originally, and then I cut it down to 5. And then finally, the sorting system could keep up with that amount of gold. And then the next problem I ran into was that this gold distribution system to the piglins was not distributing the gold evenly. And so I came up with this new design, and this design works. And it works perfectly. I've tested it over and over and over again. And so now, finally, the gold that is created by my machine will be perfectly distributed between all of the piglins in here. And so that's been a huge relief. It's taken way too much time to get this, and there's a couple more problems with the machine still, but we'll talk about that a little later in the video here. But for now, we are at peace and our system works. Next thing I worked on mindlessly was just a little bit of mining away at the base. You know, my goal is to get this all the way down to bedrock, so I have a lot of work to do to get this down to bedrock. And so I just decided to do a little bit. I think I mined for like an hour, just chipping away at the base here and mining out another level. So enjoy a little bit of a 2-minute montage of the work that I got done mining at my base. And then introducing my brothers. My brothers have been playing on the realm. This is a footage of us digging around on a 1-block server for a little bit as a break from playing on the realm. There's Nathan, Ashton, and Blake. So the first of my brothers to join was Ashton, and he has built his base somewhere over here in the mountains, I believe. There it is. So he has a little base over here. I believe he was going to do some sort of like fishing village thing, theme for his base, but he told me yesterday that he's now switched up and he's gonna do like a medieval theme instead. So that's cool. This is where he's at. He built a raid farm that he'll probably build a shop for, and that's what he's been working on a lot. He's also been recording some YouTube videos. I know he's posted at least one, and his YouTube channel is Dino Ash TV, so go check out his videos as well. Next, my brother Nathan joined. He's built over here, east of my house in a dark oak. He's got a very cute little base. He showed us around yesterday. He's got this cool painting pillar in his house. Very nice, very decorative. He's definitely much more of a builder than I am, so his house is already looking way more polished than mine is, even though he's only been playing for a couple days. So he's got a very cute little home here. Then there's Blake, and he has been very hard at work, building all sorts of stuff. Oh my gosh. He has not built like a house, I guess, yet, but he's been working on a lot of farms. He's gonna build like a big mushroom fairy type build. I think he said he's gonna live inside a big mushroom, so that'll be super cool. But to do that, he's been making a bunch of farms. He wants to get in on the economy in the shopping district, so he has a flower farm up here, and he has, I believe, down here where I almost fell, he's got bone meal farm, and oh, he finished his cactus farm. I haven't even seen this yet. So I told him I needed some dyes, and so he's been working hard away on getting that done. And then I believe over here what he's currently working on, yeah, is a little squid farm right here for some black ink. I don't know if it's done yet or not, but looks more done than the last time I was here. So Blake also opened up his own little shop. He's planning on building it a lot bigger, but for now, he's got a big store coming soon. He's selling bone meal at a pretty reasonable price. So excited to see him open some shops over here. And then last but not least, out here in the frigid polar ice caps is my brother-in-law, soon to be. He's marrying my sister in like 3 days. He's been playing, and he's over here on this Mushroom Fields Island. I don't exactly know what he's been working on, but he's got quite a setup here going. And I do know he's been trying to get mushrooms to spawn, but apparently the server mob cap has been kind of screwing him over a little bit, and he can't get any mushrooms to spawn. So yeah, he's over here and he's building that. That'll be cool. He doesn't have to worry about mobs over here spawning on his base. But besides that, what I've been spending my time doing after, all the montages you just saw, building a new distribution system and whatnot, is just constantly fixing this never-ending problem of this gold farm. So my blackstone filled up. All my chests were full of blackstone. And so this hopper, the sorting hopper, filled up, which caused the power level in the back to completely overflow, because now it's getting, signal strength way higher. So then it turns on this one and this one and this one, and then all of these hoppers got emptied out. And then the sorting system completely collapsed. So I spent a lot of time having to sort through this and whatnot, and I realized that I'm gonna need to figure out a way to, because I want to keep collecting items, but my solution right now is I just put a torch here to turn off the blackstone system, and the gravel system also overflowed. So I got way too much gravel, and so I just used a torch here to turn those off, and now the gravel is being sent over here. And then I sorted out all these chests. I added a water bottle chest, and I just manually sorted these because obviously these are stackable items and they can't be sorted like that. And then I'm just waiting to get enough books to fill this chest, and in the meantime I have to keep pulling all these items out and throwing them in the overflow over here. And then this is where I plan on building my overflow storage. I want to go and get a bunch of shulker boxes and have like an automatic shulker box loader. I don't know if I'm going to have it for like everything, or maybe I'll just start by building shulker box loaders. Like I'll build one as each system overflows. Like the spectral arrows are pretty close to overflowing. I think that's pretty much the only one that's that full. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The iron fills up fast, but I'm able to condense it down into iron blocks and whatnot. And then obviously all the non-stackable items are going to be overflowing. And the rotten flesh is already overflowing. I've emptied out all these chests and burnt the rotten flesh like several times, just so that I can reliably trust my overflow light at the front of the of the build. That's way too far. Because I really care about other chests overflowing rather than the rotten flesh. So anyways, so the next like task I'm probably gonna set myself on is to go end busting and go just fly around to a bunch of end cities and get way too many shulker boxes to build my overflow system. And then hopefully by the time I do all that, Blake has his dye shop done and I can dye all of these different colors. So here in my creative world, I went through and kind of picked which colors of shulker boxes I want to match up to each item. Obviously, I'm not going to fill up on dried ghasts for a very long time. These ones are like the slowest ones to get. So really, I just need black shulker boxes for the blackstone and the what is this? The gray shulker box for the gravel here. And then I've been working on a ton of different designs. So like first of all, I'm trying to decide how to do it. I could either tear out this entire infrastructure of the storing system here and just add a shulker box storing mechanism, but I don't really like that just because this is like done. And for the longest time, I really tried to work within the confines of this is the hopper line that would be pulling all the items out, and it's at this height. And so I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks to work with of height to pull the overflow out, which means the items need to be resorted in a new sorting system. And then from the sorting system, they need to go into a shulker box loader like this. And then from the shulker box loader, they need to be carried on their own individual hopper lines into the chests, where I'd have item frames labeling the chests for shulker boxes here. It's absurdly complicated, and I just could not get it to fit within the 6 block height limit, because hoppers can't take items upwards, so you only have, you know, the height below you to work with. So I really didn't want to build like an item dropper elevator, but I realized that they actually work better than I thought they did. I thought they kind of spewed items out, and that it wasn't like 100% successful, but they do seem to be reliable. And as you can see, the items are immediately getting sucked into the hopper, and it works pretty well. So I figured I can just have the items come up and then not have to worry about the height limitations on this and not worry about it. So we're gonna have to go from a sorting system, and then each line from the sorting system will go into a shulker box loader system, and then the shulker box loader systems will each have their own line down into these. And this huge comparator contraption is just, it's overly complicated because I wanted the chests all next to each other, and I also want to read the signal strength of each one to be able to tell when a chest, like when a chest is ever completely full of shulker boxes. I don't want it to keep overflowing because it'll break this machine and just break everything. So when a chest is entirely full of shulker boxes, you can see this comparator finally lights up and it turns off the signal for that chest. So this torch lines up with that one, this torch is for the second one, and so on and so forth. And so I have to put these comparators like this to keep the signal strengths different from each other. I could do something like this that you do with the sorting system, and it would be cheaper because I don't have to do as many comparators. But instead of the line being 3 redstone long, it would have to be 15 redstone long and like a loop around, and it'd be massive. And I decided that this isn't really that hard, and my farm literally produces nether quartz, so it's not that expensive in the long run. And now that I don't have to worry, I've accepted that I'm going to use a dropper elevator. I don't have to worry about the height, and I can just make this as goofy complicated as I want, as long as it works. So basically the goal is that when this, when the chest is full of shulker boxes and it turns its line's power off, somehow I'll have a power coming out of this. It'll go to the sorting system and it will lock the hopper that is pulling from it. So like if the dirt is full of shulker boxes, or the shulker boxes are full of dirt, then this hopper will become locked, and then as dirt comes over here, it'll overflow, and I'll have another lava dispenser. Maybe I'll take it into the same lava dispenser, but because if I have all my chests full of the item, and then it comes over here, and I have an entire double chest of shulkers of the item, I think I have enough of the item, and I can let it overflow. So yeah, it's gonna take a lot of shulker boxes. Like I said, I'm really only gonna need enough for the blackstone chest and the gravel chest to start, because those get produced the fastest from the gold farm. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. It's a complicated system, but I think it works, and I think it will work. And this light here is just telling me when my dispenser is at, it won't have redstone lamps, it'll have shulker boxes. This will tell me if any of the dispensers for the shulker loading boxes are empty. So if the light is on, that means a dispenser is empty and I need to go fill it. So yeah, that's basically everything I've been working on. It's been a lot of work, and I need to do a ton of item collecting. Obviously, you can see that this is going to take an obscene amount of hoppers again to build this overflow system. And I need a ton of shulker boxes, so the next episode will probably just be me flying through the end, dying several times, and losing all my stuff to a bunch of shulkers, trying to collect enough shulker boxes for everything. And that should be a fun time. I haven't even gone to the outer end cities yet. I bought the elytra that I have on the realm from Joseph, so that'll be exciting to go out there, check out what it's like. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.